Welcome to the Termatrac T3i introductory training video. This training video is an introduction only to give you the basic understanding of how the T3i unit works. Let's take a look at some of the safety procedures and tech support. Do not look into the radar head while the unit is operating. Do not point the radar unit at anyone, and do not point the laser beam at anyone. Termatrac T3i unit is the world's #1 termite detector and should be used only as an inspection aid. You're the pest professional and your expertise is vital in the inspection process. Termatrac software updates will come free from the Google App Store. You'll need a Google account to use this, and depending on the setting, updates may be automatic or manual following a notification. Termatrac Help Desk offers the following technical support via telephone, online or email. In the T3i kit you would have received the following: the T3i unit and the Android device, the carry case and 10 rechargeable batteries, battery charger and associated cables, and also your manuals on the CD and the vehicle sticker. Let's take a look at the T3i unit and how it works. Firstly, the batteries. The T3i unit is powered by 5 AA batteries. In your T3i pack, you're supplied with 10 rechargeable nickel-metal hybrid batteries, generally giving you 8 hours use per set. Batteries from the factory are partly charged. Charged from dead, they can take up to 18 hours to fully charge. Remove one or all batteries after use. This avoids battery leakage, avoids premature depletion, and prolonged draining can damage batteries by taking them below their charger threshold. Charging batteries can take up to 36 hours. Batteries won't last forever, and when performance is lacking, contact Termatrac for renewal. Once every 3 months, discharge the batteries. Hit the discharge button, which is the little yellow button on the top of the charger. Lights will flick from red to green until every battery is depleted fully. Once all the lights have turned red, it will start charging all the batteries up again. Let's take a look at the standard building materials the unit will operate through. Tiles, marble, stucco, drywall, concrete, granite, masonry, brick, roofing shingles, pressed board, carpet, insulation, plastic and wood. Now let's take a look at the unit's limitations. Although it is the most advanced tool for the detection of termites, the following limitations do apply. The microwaves do not penetrate through metallic surfaces, they will reflect the microwave sideways. And areas of high moisture content, the microwaves will get absorbed and do not come back into the viewing screen on your Android. Now let's look at the unit's features and functionality. Here you'll see the moisture sensor, the flip stand that folds out, the radar sensor, the thermal sensor, and also the laser pointer. And if you lay the T3i unit down on the moisture pad, you'll see the button on the left, which is the snapshot button, the middle button, which is the mode button, and the right button, which is the power on and off button. Let's take a look at positioning the unit. When using the T3i unit, the optimum positioning is flush against the surface you are trying to test. This reduces any of the microwave reflection coming off the surface, and the higher the gloss surface, the more reflection that can happen. To avoid this, try and keep it flush where possible. Flip stand can be used as a 45-degree angle, which is a good angle as shown here. This gets to the bottom plate and carpet or smooth edges and skirting boards. Another way is to position the flip stand like this. The height works with getting it across the top of the bottom plate, depending on the floor surface or coverings. Let's take a look at turning the T3i unit on. When the batteries have been installed into the T3i unit, the LEDs will flash indicating that a self-diagnostic check on its internal components is underway. If the diagnostic check has come up all clear, all of the LED lights will go out and you won't have any illuminization. If you do happen to have 2 lights on at any time after the diagnostic check, it is showing that there is a possible problem with the internal componentry or flat batteries. Please consult the Termatrac office for more information if this does occur. Now when you turn on the unit, the LED light beneath the power button will go green. When connected by Bluetooth, the green LED light will change to blue to indicate connection has been made to the app. Now let's take a look at the app and the sensors. The phone you've been given is a Samsung Galaxy. Simply click on the preloaded app to load up the screen. To pair the T3i unit with your Samsung, click on the Connect button in the lower left-hand corner. When connected via Bluetooth, the green LED light will change to blue to indicate connection. In the top right-hand corner you'll find the battery for the phone. In the bottom in the center you'll see the batteries for the T3i device, and on the right-hand side you'll see the time until the next calibration. Now let's take a look at the sensor selection screen. First off is the radar sensor. The sensor selection screen will now be in full color as we are connected to the T3i unit. Tap on the top icon and you will notice a green LED light will come on the T3i unit as well. The screen on your Android will be the screen you see now. The top part of the screen shows the word radar. Beside it is the line wave for actual movement. End to end, the box is a 10-second period. The bar below it is a current instantaneous flash. The blue bar will come out as motion goes across the field of view. Beneath that we have the word shake. We have a line graph and a bar graph for it as well. Beneath this we have the gain setting, that is a slide bar you can move from 1 up to 10. Having it on gain setting 5 or 6 is where you should start. Then you would adjust the gain setting from there depending on the material you are working with. The radar sensor is located at the bottom part of the face where the scope circle is. The radar beam emits straight out and does not fan. When using the device holding it in your hand, you don't need to press hard against the wall as it can increase your chances of shaking the device. Just relax, firmly press against the surface and you'll find you'll have great results. To simulate activity detected by the radar, what you can do is put the T3i unit face down on a bench and move your hand underneath it, and you will see on the radar screen motion represented in the line wave and also in the bar graph. Now let's take a look at the radar sensor and the gain control. The gain setting only affects the sensitivity of the unit. It's important to remember that the density of the material you are inspecting will affect what you are viewing on the screen. Drywood termites may need to be on a higher gain setting for detection of those. The gain setting should be higher the more denser the material you are inspecting. Starting on a 5 or a 6, as previously mentioned, is the preferred setting, then adjusting it from there. We will now move on to the advanced moisture sensor on the T3i device. Termite detection needs moisture sensors. Subterranean termites produce and retain moisture within their workings. Also, use the sensors to confirm suspicious areas. From the main sensor screen we are connected via Bluetooth still. Click on the moisture sensor icon, which is your teardrop symbol. When the sensor comes on, the blue LED light will appear on the Termatrac unit as well. When connected, the T3i moisture sensor does a self-calibration. This calibration will take into account the specific ambient humidity of the day. At this point, the moisture sensor needs to be open to the air. Should any interference be detected, an alarm will sound and you will also have a message on the screen indicating this. You will need to exit the moisture mode and you will need to restart it, allowing it to go through the calibration process in the upright position. You may also notice in periods of high humidity that interference may be detected. This occurs when the ambient moisture level is too high for the machine. This can be adjusted and altered to suit your particular climate and humidity level, but advice from the technical staff at Termatrac would need to be given. The moisture sensor has 2 modes of operation. It has direct readings and also relative readings. The direct readings will give you a percentage based on what the moisture content of the material directly underneath the sensor is. The relative mode is in relation to setting a reference point as you place the device on the material. You set a reference by tapping anywhere within the screen on your Android device, and when you move the T3i unit, it will give you a reading of higher or lower moisture in regards to that set reference point. Both modes of operation are equally important. The direct is good for a quick scan across walls, and then the relative mode is perfect for pinpointing the extremity of moisture or the highest or lowest point of moisture within an area. Now let's take a look at the moisture sensor in direct mode. The direct mode of operation on the T3i moisture sensor is perfect for quick scanning across walls or around windows, detecting for any areas of high moisture which may be a conducive condition to termites. You can also set alarms on the unit so you don't need to look at the dial. Having the alarm on allows you to hear it and keep one hand free if need be. Avoid holding your hand close to the sensor side of the unit when using direct mode. The results may be inaccurate. Here you'll see the correct way to hold the unit. You can enable sound alerts for your moisture modes on your T3i unit. Go to the options list and click on Enable Sound Alarms. You can alter which percentage threshold for each tone to go off at, so if a particular moisture level you are concerned about, you can set these tones to reflect that. You can also alter the minimum and maximum percentages which are showing on your dial gauge. This enables you to work hands-free from your Android. As you hit the set thresholds, the alarms will alert you that you have reached a percentage of moisture you are concerned about. The monopod is recommended for holding the unit in direct mode to ensure no external influence. Take advantage of the monopod for hard to reach areas as well. This will enable you to take readings of places that were overlooked. Also the armband. Consider placing the phone in an armband to free up one hand. Keep flush to the surface. It's important to keep the moisture pad in direct contact with the material being tested. With the T3i direct moisture mode, you can record readings of what the moisture content of certain areas are. If you hit the Save Log button on your Android device, it will freeze the screen and give you a reading of the last 10 seconds. Currently on the market, the T3i is the only direct moisture sensor which can record this data with such ease. Now let's take a look at the relative mode in the moisture sensor. To switch from direct to relative and back again, press on the slide switch seen here. The relative moisture meter will show you changes in moisture from a set reference point. It is 100% flexible to change this reference point in each area you are using it. It clearly shows on the display from each reference point whether you've got more or less moisture in an area. This mode is perfect for finding the extremities of moisture, which enables you to use the radar sensor checking for activity. Increase in moisture is shown by a blue bar from the left and a red bar from the right. Reset your moisture reference point by tapping the moisture bar. It is recommended that the moisture sensor be on a gain setting of 2 or 3. The radar may be unreliable with materials with a very high moisture content. Here you'll see the limitations versus the recommendations. By moving the moisture sensor in and out of the area of moisture, we have the blue bar moving into the moisture and we have the red bar as we go away from the moisture. As we get onto the point of no blue and just starting into the red, mark these areas on the wall with chalk. Keep doing this around the area of moisture until we have a series of marks on the wall. What you'll have is an area of extremities of high moisture. This could be in any particular shape you've drawn out. You then click over to the radar sensor and move in between and around this area that you've now marked to investigate any motion that may or may not be in there. Any air gap between the T3i unit and the material being tested may alter the values being shown. Now let's take a look at the thermal sensor. The thermal sensor reads changes in the temperature. This technology reads the temperature of the surface only. From the sensor selection screen, select Thermal. A red LED light will appear on the unit as well. First, direct the laser at where the reference will be taken. Tap the display bar to establish a reference point. A bar graph will indicate red with higher surface temperature. Lower surface temperature is blue. The distance to spot ratio. The thermal sensor reads a circular area of the surface. A ratio is 12 cm to 1 cm, and to increase the area of reading, move further away. Set the gain setting to high, either 7 or 8, as you'll be looking for small changes in temperature. Note, the reference point must be changed for different surface types. Now let's look at viewing and saving information. To save info at any time you believe that is activity, either for customer viewing or for future records, hit the Save Log button on the bottom of the screen. When you save it, you will need to fill in the blanks. Current location and current job are mandatory fields you must fill in. A log number will be given once filled in, and then you will fill out which part of the house you are in. Scroll down to the bottom of the screen to save. To view the jobs you have saved from the census selection screen, use the menu button in the bottom left-hand corner of the Android. A pop-up box will appear. Click on View Jobs. Tap into the address field and start typing the address. It will show matches. Choose the address, tap into the job field and it will show a list of dates. Choose your job and then tap Done. If you have taken multiple scans on a particular day at a particular address, click on the one that you want and then it will show you the scan that was saved for that day and that job. To return to the census selection screen, use the Done button. Now let's look at how we turn the unit off. First, exit the app. Next, turn off the unit. And lastly, if it's the final job, take out the batteries. Termatrac would like to welcome you aboard as a T3i user and look forward to working with you.